Here's the problem. You have money in a savings account or a bank CD, and it's not earning much interest, and you're kind of ticked off about it. Your money is essentially unemployed, and it's being lazy. But even though it is being lazy right now, you have the money at the bank for a couple of particular reasons. Here's a list of 4 reasons. See how these match up with how you feel. The first reason, that money, it's your emergency money. You might need all of it in an emergency, and you need that money to be 100% liquid. You don't want it to be tied up. The second reason, someday down the road, you want to pass that money on to your kids or your grandkids. The third reason, well, people are living longer, and you realize that down the road you may need some or all of that money for nursing home or chronic care expenses. And the fourth reason, well, it's what we were just mentioning. You're wanting your money to earn a decent interest, but you don't want to risk losing any of it by putting it in the stock market. So here's the question people ask me. Isn't there some way I can get my money to work harder for me without the risk of loss and while still maintaining that 100% liquidity that I need? Well, I'm so glad that you asked. Well, how about this? What if you could get your money to work harder without the risk of loss and still have 100% liquidity simply by repositioning the money? So to make all of this a little more meaningful, let's use an example. Let's consider Cindy, a 60-year-old non-smoker. Cindy had $100,000 in a bank CD, and it was earning 1% interest per year. Well, she decided to reposition her money and let an insurance company hold the money instead of the bank. So here's what happened on day one. Like we said before, her $100,000, well, it remains 100% liquid. She still has that 100% access to 100% of her money 100% of the time. The next thing, well, down the road, Cindy's kids or her grandkids, they will split. Instead of $100,000, they'll now split $207,000, and the money that they receive, it will be income tax free. And also, if she needs to, Cindy can access some or all of that same $207,000 if she needs money to pay for home health care or nursing home expenses, or if she's diagnosed with a terminal illness. And finally, her money is now able to earn that decent interest that she's looking for based on the S&P 500 without putting her money at risk and, like we mentioned above, still maintaining that 100% access to her money. So with the stroke of her pen, Cindy has more than solved her lazy money problem. In addition to positioning her $100,000 so it could finally start earning a decent interest without putting the money at risk, she now has $207,000 she can spend income tax free if she needs it for health-related expenses. And if she never needs to spend any of that $207,000, the entire amount will pass to her heirs, and it will pass to them outside of probate and income tax free. Cindy's lazy money problem, well, it's been cured. Her multiplier factor was 2.07. That's how her $100,000 CD money became $207,000 of tax-free money. You know, getting your lazy money to work harder for you, it really is just as easy as you've seen in this video, and the cost is a big fat zero. Instead of lounging around making a little bit of interest that, by the way, is taxable, your money will no longer be lazy. It will now be able to earn a higher interest that's tax-deferred, and just like Cindy, you'll now have tax-free money available for you should you need it, or for your heirs.